repair or building as needs. And so this is where you have collateral accounts, you've got private accounts, all this stuff starts hitting, then you're going to have jobs that will pay you plenty of money. You will be in a good situation. So that's it.
What about Area 51 in Dulce, New Mexico? Are we going to be able to visit those, and are they empty now?
Portions of 51 are empty. A couple of the others are empty. A lot of the stuff that was out there has been used in terms of moving them into tunnel systems, and underground bases. This was your top-of-the-line technology reverse engineered from a supposed ET craft that crashed. I've known a couple of people that worked there and got some of the skinny on it, and basically at the time that I got in touch with them, back in '99, they were in the process then of beginning to relocate. Now, these things have been spread all over the country, so you're not going to find a concentrated area as such today where you have research into these sciences. The people that had the idea of reverse engineering was for two reasons. The first reason being military superiority in terms of weaponry. The second part of it was that the advanced technologies would give them the capability of having all the electricity they wanted for as long as they wanted it, kind of thing, that sort of application. So they could live in the underground bases. It was not a problem. So as these underground bases are cleaned out, then that technology goes with them. To go along with that, also the personnel who thought they could hide out there are getting swept up as well. And the closest description of that is a giant sweeper being stuck down the air pipe and slurping everybody out. And this includes office desks and whatnot. I guess there was some hollering about it. Where they went, I have no idea. But I do know of 5 or 6 that are just absolutely clean all of a sudden. The door's open. There's several in the Southwest that you can go and just walk right through if you want. In terms of Area 51, that's not going to be secure. None of this will. They're supposed to out all of the information. This is part of a transparency in governance, where you do not keep secrets because you don't need to. And that's a big difference from what we've had before. I hope that answers that.
Can you address the radiation, because they keep talking in the news about the radiation coming over to the U.S. and Canada and using it for fear-mongering? What is your perspective?
The reports I've gotten is that the radiation and radiation levels are real. The problem with the reporting of it is that you cannot read the type of radiation with a standard Geiger counter. This is a different type of radioactivity in terms of the manner in which it presents it, both with and with its physical manifestation. So when you make air radioactive, you do not necessarily blend extra things like titanium or something with the air. What you do is the origin of the atomic radiation adds electrons to the molecule. That's a part of it, and that's one form of. The other one is where it can add either a neutron or proton to the center of the atom. Now, sometimes it's protons, sometimes it's neutrons, sometimes it's electrons. This is the variation in terms of real general sciences. So the problem is that the radiation is at extraordinarily high levels, and it's already blanketed the United States pretty much, and it's headed toward Europe and beginning to affect England at this point. The other part is that there are things that can be sprayed through chemtrail applications that attend to these things. It removes, it absorbs the radiation. Once that radiation is absorbed, there are biologics, and I'm talking about little critters that, if you put tap water under a microscope, you can see them swimming. Okay, there are critters of that nature that eat these atomic isotopes and neutralize them in the process. So you got a double spray, and that would take care of it. I've already contacted, when this first happened, I contacted some people and was told to shut up. There's other things that can shield shield the problems that they've got that are fairly simple to do, and only can be done fairly quickly. You'd have to rotate the personnel during the application and then dispose of the vehicles used. But other than that, it actually would contain it. They refuse to even listen or entertain the idea. An example of treating pollution incorrectly is Corexit. They try to tell you it's harmless as dishwater, but it does funny things to genetics, where you end up with two-headed turtles, two-headed shrimp, things of this nature. There is a biological treatment. And when that first happened, I got in touch with a company that makes this stuff and could have made enough to correct the situation organically, and it would have been corrected by now. There would be no excess oil in the Gulf. But
Drake,
they wanted to kill the Gulf, so the pollution continues.
yes. Drake, you know our own Dr. Will has developed and put together products that they will eat this radiation, as well as the toxins and what that is put in, that's dropped on us with the chemtrails and all.
Exactly.
I just thought I'd remind you of that.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons that I consider Will extremely highly. I contacted some people when it first happened. I found out that we were contacting the same manufacturer that he gets his products from, one of them. And so I looked at that and I said, my goodness, here we go with the best stuff there is I know of. And this guy's putting it out on the market. So, there's 1,000 million silly ways that these things can be remedied. But the cabal, the bad guys, the people who want to reduce the population of the planet, have decided that they're going to try to resist this as far as they can, to the greatest extent they can, so that they can actually reduce the population like they said they were going to.
Right.
We've got a couple of things involved in this that deal with organics that are really nasty. So, there's a lot that goes into this. And if people want to take a look at Agenda 21, they'll find population reduction in the whole 9 yards. And it's amazing people would think in those terms, but that's what they're doing. And they are trying to implement these things presently. That's part of what Japan is all about. If you can't get them one way, well, you breathe one molecule of this stuff, and it causes cancer. Just as
right.
Unless you're taking what you're talking about with Will's products, which I am taking, I can guarantee they're head and shoulders above anything else I've ever had. So, the idea of how many details are involved in all of these plans is mind-boggling. You start getting into this and actually understanding what's going on and what they're doing and the different ways they're trying to attend to how to do it. It really will mess with your head. You're going to need a cold beer or something afterwards, I guarantee you.
Right.
It's a shock to the system.
Oh, I know. Okay, Mugsy, go ahead with your questions. I just needed to put that in.
Catholic versus Vatican. A lot of people that are Catholic are concerned that the Pope will tarnish their beloved religion, and there's many good facets of the religion, but yet the Pope and what he's done in his charges is going to tarnish that piece of the religion that people hold dear. What is your comments about the separation of the Vatican, and also would the establishment of the Vatican be handed over to the people? Would it be handed over to the people?
We didn't hear the rest of that question.
The Vatican being handed back to the people.
I wonder if we lost her again. Now, people are saying they can hear her where we can't, so I don't know what's really going on. Drake, basically, I guess what is the take on the whole thing happening with the Catholic Church and the Pope? The actions that he has made, they're afraid will discredit the Catholic beliefs.
Well, first of all, I don't see the Pope as being the center of attraction here, and I'm going to explain that. According to the church doctrine, it states that the Pope is the holy man directly in contact with Jesus Christ. That Jesus Christ, stated in the book, is the intercessor between man and God. That doesn't say anything about the Pope. Now, to take this a step further, I'm going to tell you that the Pope's guilty of things that even go beyond the pedophilia and other concerns that the church has. I would suggest that the church should cleanse itself. This should be done, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, by the membership. You know somebody's dirty, you can get them out of there. Kick them out, let them go find a job at Mickey D's or someplace. And preferably not around children if they're nasty like that. Okay, the other part of it is that them, the membership, the individuals who are clean. Now, I'm going to say something here that, needs to be said. Not all of the church officials are dirty. I want that to be perfectly clear. The ones who are left after you clean house should be your new leadership, and they should be watched closely. Anything funny reported, they should be changed for someone else. Just that simple. But the belief that Jesus Christ was real, that he was here, and that he heads all churches, and they'll say, ooh, Muhammad. Well, who knows? Was that his cousin, his brother, or was it maybe Jesus Christ in one of his manifest forms? When God tells us, we'll know. So, in the meantime, I would suggest if you wish to hold that faith, then hold it dear. Make sure that it is the pure, pristine bride that is necessary to be presented to everyone, to include God, that there can be no objection to it. And in the process, then you come out with what was supposed to have been all along, the wonderful experience of people being able to come in who've never met God before and to get some idea where they just might be able to. And I think that's basically where they're at. And I don't see anything wrong with it. So.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you. Dave, it looks like we are once again at the top of the hour if you want to go ahead and then do our break. Dave, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to do 14 things at once. We're going to play a little bit of music for the next 4 minutes and 17 seconds to calm people down. Here we go.
All right.
All right, folks, we're back, but I got something to say. We're going to open up the questions. We're going to open up the phone line. Get one question, and if it's already been answered, we're going to tell you it's already been answered. We're not ready right now, area code 510. So with that, and we're going to take a break on the half hour again. Deatra, Drake, Sam, you got it. I'm quiet and off.
All right. As Dave said, guys, we're going to one question per caller. That's it. We're not going to elaborate, not a bunch of discussions, and Dave will be screening the calls. If, as he said, if the question has already been answered, it's already been answered. So, Muggsy, Drake, go ahead. And I guess we'll take our first caller.
Drake, did you want to address the Norway where you got your, or Iceland where you got your information?
Hello? Hello?
Hold up a minute, caller. First, information that I'm not allowed to release. I've stated this before. Some of the inside information cannot be released. and the forgiveness of mortgages was first touted